experts in sports medicine. This will ensure that no athlete has to cut short their career due to lack of access to best-in-class sports science and medical support. To begin the proceedings, may I now request Shri Sandeep Pradhan, Director General, Sports Authority of India, to deliver the opening address.
Thank you. Most of our athletes aspiring to win medals in global sports arena are trained in the schools, colleges, training centers, and academies for most part of the year. At times, injury management support system of world-class standard is not available at their location. Many of the people associated with athletes may not be conversant with various protocols of injury management, including injury prevention measures. The need for biomedical tests for various stages of athlete development, its interpretation, and input on training schedule periodization cannot be overemphasized. In order to provide end-to-end solution to the elite athletes on all above aspects, a system has been sought to be created. On behalf of Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports and Sports Authority of India, I welcome Honourable Shri Kiren Rijiju, Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports, who has been guiding us on various athlete-centric initiatives that have been taken in recent past. He has been always advising us to take the initiatives, to take all the measures to ensure that maximum benefit is directly given to the athletes. I also welcome Shri Ravi Mittalji, Secretary Sports, who has been a great support and is a constant source of inspiration to all of us. I welcome Dr. Batra, President, Indian Olympic Association, Shri Rajiv Mehtaji, Secretary General, Indian Olympic Association, and all members of Mission Olympic Committee who have been the initiator of this idea. And I'm happy that today this has been conceptualized after a long deliberation. This system cannot function unless it is driven by the sports science experts and doctors from various fields. I'm happy to inform that all the experts from the entire country have joined hands together with an intention to serve the nation and to help the athlete. And they are going to be the backbone of the whole system. This system cannot function without their active involvement and support and the guidance. I welcome Dr. Maria, the chairman of the Central Core team, who has been a very renowned orthopedic surgeon. I welcome Dr. Anant Joshi, a famous orthopedic surgeon from Mumbai. I welcome Dr. Mahajan, who is Padma Shri and a famous radiologist. I welcome Dr. Dinsha, who is Dinsha Pardiwala, who is head of the Center for Sports Medicine at Kokilaben Dhirubhai Ambani Hospital. I also welcome Dr. Srinivas, Chief Cardiologist from Bangalore. There are more than 30 doctors and experts who are present from across the country. I welcome all of them. I welcome all the coaches, the members from the media, and all other distinguished guests. I welcome the athletes for whom this system has been designed. The system is going to be implemented for over 269 athletes who have been selected for 2024 Olympics to begin with. Thereafter, we'll expand the scope. I welcome all of you once again and thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I would now like to introduce our next speaker, Chairman of Central Core Team, Dr. S.K.S. Maria. He is the Chairman and Chief Surgeon for Orthopedics and Joint Replacement at Max Smart Super Specialty Hospital, New Delhi. He has been in this field for 35 years and has also been honored with the prestigious Bharat Jyoti Award for his contribution. Welcome, Dr. Maria.
Thank you. Honorable Minister Sahib, Secretary Sahib, the IOA President, Director General Sports Authority of India, and IOA Secretary General, and my dear colleagues on the Central Committee. It's indeed an honor for us to be given this privilege to participate in this historical inauguration of an effort and endeavor which should be, we suppose, a game changer for our athletes. India is a huge country, and our aim is to sort of reduce the geographical and administrative barriers in the management of athletes and their injuries. Now, I'll just specify that management doesn't only mean treating when an injury has happened. Management is part of the treatment. Treatment is part of management, in which we have to try and prevent it also. So a structure was thus created with help, as we just heard from Pradhan Sahib, that with the various meetings we had, and it was decided that under the TOPS development group scheme, we had the athlete wellness group was created, which then collaterally would work with the athlete injury management group. The injury management group has been designed initially to come downwards. That is the central core team, which is overlooking the National Repository Resource Team, which means like the central core team has the 8 members, which were just alluded to. And further, we had we already have people on board in 4 major cities like Bombay, Bangalore, Chennai, and Delhi. And further, these will be supported by further distribution in the smaller parts of the country. And these will be on the ground people who will constitute of sports injury specialists and the rehabilitation group. The aim is that if there is a problem happening at any corner of the country, the athlete should get spontaneous and immediate treatment 24/7 into 365. It is expected that large majority of this treatment should be able to be provided locally. If that can't happen, then within 24 hours, the NRRT will swing into action. But if within 3 days this is not closed, then it has to be escalated to the central core team. And all this is coordinated by the athlete wellness cell. So it has been very thought of, to make sure and plug all the loopholes so that we do not end up missing anything, missing treatment for anybody, and that too quick enough. And to top it all, as the final thing, the aim here, and it has been designed, there will be good documentation, perfect as by the International Olympic Committee rules. All the documentation, all the data on each athlete that is controlled and which is taken care of will be kept confidential in the interest of the athlete's confidence, so that they come forward and would like to be treated and would like to be a part of this treatment. Another thing was that it was decided that as of the moment, if the athlete has his or her own structure and would like to be with their own treatment providers, they can stay with them, but they would be encouraged to be part of this database where they can be supported and helped as and when required. I thank you for your attention. This is our intent at the moment. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. May I now invite Dr. Narendra Dhruv Batra, President, IOA, and member Mission Olympic Cell, to say a few words.
Honourable Minister, Mr. Kiren Rijiju. Am I audible, please?
Yes.
Yeah. Honourable Minister, Mr. Kiren Rijiju. Secretary Sports, Mr. Ravi Mittal. DG Sahib, Mr. Sandeep Pradhan. Secretary General IOA, Mr. Rajiv Mehta. Central Core Team Chairman, Dr. SKS Maria. Distinguished guests and friends who have joined virtually, a very good afternoon to all of you. According to the IOC Sports Manual of Sports Injuries, a sports injury may be defined as damage to the tissues of the body that occurs as a result of sport or exercise. This is a welcome initiative by Ministry of Sports, Government of India, and Sports Authority of India to develop an injury surveillance system in the form of an athlete wellness cell for the developmental group of athletes, which will participate in the 2024 Paris Olympics and other international competitions. The well-experienced and multidisciplinary team consisting of sports medicine doctors, physiotherapists, strength and conditioning experts, under the centralized athlete injury management system, which is in short called as CAIMS, will definitely assist in guided rehabilitation to achieve timely restoration of optimal form and function. It is usually observed that due to lack of communication between medical providers, strength and conditioning specialists, team coaches, such delays, it prevents athletes from returning to peak capability and increases the risk of new injuries and even more devastating re-injuries. I sincerely hope with the implementation of CAIMS in the country, the various interventions, the time frame for return of the athletes to training and competition is shortened. I will say that it is very important, as Dr. Maria also said, that confidentiality has to be maintained at all costs. The injury of the athlete cannot be made public and it should remain confidential, and it is very important. In the end, I would say thank you all, and I wish you all a very happy beginning to the centralized athlete injury management system, and please stay safe and healthy. Thank you, and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. I would now like to call upon Shri Ravi Mittal, Secretary Sports, to address the gathering.
Good afternoon. As we all know, sports in India and also at the international level has become very competitive. And to perform well and to win medals, our athletes need to be in the best of health. And when our athletes try to perform to their maximum, they sometimes get injury. They get injury during competitions, they get injury during training. Now, it is imperative, it is very necessary to treat these injuries at the right time and also in the right way. To ensure that our athletes are in the best of health, Sports Authority of India has taken several steps. Some of them are, we have recently ensured all athletes, all coaches, all physio, all supporting staff, so that in case of any health related or injury related problem, at least they have a health insurance. We had an informal injury management system operating in Sports Authority, and today we are going to formalize it. And as Sandeep has just said, we are starting this with athletes who will participate or who are expected to participate in the 2024 Olympics. But we will try and extend it to more and more athletes as based on our experience and also as we get more and more resources. I would like to thank the distinguished doctors who have agreed to be part of this, and I hope that they will have a good experience in the system, in treating our athletes, and our athletes will also have a good experience in getting their injuries treated very fast. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. May I now request Honourable Minister of Youth Affairs and Sport, Shri Kiren Rijiju, to inaugurate the Central Athlete Injury Management System.
Yeah, the one. Chaliye.
Honored to be part of this team. I think the real important, I'm sure sportsmen in India have been receiving good treatment since many years, but to have a centralized injury management system is a step forward.
I already feel that we are heading towards a great, challenging endeavor, which is going to be a success. a well widespread controlled endeavor where we could uniformly spread high quality care, quick care and early care.
So all of us work together along with the backup of excellent physiotherapy department. Through this forum, we should be able to get that so that the athlete receives the best possible care.
I would like to now request the Honourable Minister to kindly address the gathering.
Thank you very much. Secretary Sports, Ravi Mittalji, Batraji, Rajiv Mehtaji, Sandeep Pradhanji, all the doctors who are online join in this occasion. The team in the Olympic management cell and the injury management team, all the young athletes, young professionals who have joined today in this important function. I think this was long desired by everyone to have a central athlete injury management system in our country. I have also personally seen that sometimes even for common injury, the treatment is not done on time, which has led to the damage in the career of the athletes. Sometimes the treatment is not available in our country. The athletes have to be taken out of the country for treatment. But of course, we have certain good practices in India, especially the doctors. If we can really take the services of the doctors and put them into action, we can do many things. So today is a very humble beginning, but I think this will lead to a system where we will have a very, very professional way of management in the entire handling of the injury of the athletes. Presently also, when I talk to some of the athletes, they narrate about their problems. Some of the problems are very nagging problems, long-term problems, which are not being handled or treated properly. Many a times, the athletes, finish their career prematurely because of injury, because of not treating the injury on time. The life of athlete is not very long, and injury is part and parcel of sports and part and parcel of the athlete. When you are on the field, you are bound to encounter difficulties which leads to severe injury, and you sometimes get minor injury also. So there are different nature of injury, but how to manage it? Different athletes are adopting different system, maybe guided by their coaches, their team of experts. But if we have a central athlete injury management, then we will have some kind of a semblance of a common platform where we will have some kind of uniformity into the country. And we will have understanding of how to manage it. Each case will be different from the other one, but we will know what is the process of the injury management. So this is a great beginning. Our the team of the this whole project, they've done a very good job. My special thanks goes to the doctors. You have really contributing immensely for the field of sports. Sports science is something I have always said that we need to do much more. Sports science in India is still in the nascent stage. We have not been able to progress enough in the field of sports science. Injury management is part of the whole outlook. The doctors are already working on that. I would be glad to have more intense collaboration of the Sports Authority of India with the experts. because the beginning has started. Today we have launched this injury management system. Now we really need to strengthen it. We really need quality people to assist in the system, in the management of this system. This is very important. We are talking about making India a great sporting powerhouse. And while talking about sporting powerhouse, injury management is the integral part of the whole approach. It's very important. And I once again thank the entire team, those who have contributed a lot in making this a reality. And I would also love to have a personal first-hand interaction when the COVID situation becomes normal, to see by myself that how things are being monitored, how things are being managed. This is an interesting thing. Of course, it will need updating, upgradation, improvisation of the whole thing. That is how we have to learn and we have to improve. So look forward to meet the doctors and the team. But for today, I'm very happy to see that Indian Olympic Association and the entire team also has joined us. And we should be able to ensure that Indian athletes have an excellent professional management for their central problem, that is the injury. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I'd like to welcome the Head of Sports Science, SAI, and HPD TOPS, Dr. Majumdar, to give a vote of thanks.
Thank you. Distinguished dignitaries, I feel honored and privileged to get an opportunity to propose a vote of thanks on the occasion of launch of centralized athlete injury management system. We have this fascinating day, but this is the time where all of us to appreciate and acknowledge those who brought this captivating occasion for us. At the outset, I will thank to Honourable Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports, Shri Kiren Rijiju, being the catalyst that inspired us to do our best. That has always stood as a pillar of power for development of sports. Sir, we are greatly encouraged by your gracious presence and immensely benefited by your inspiring thoughts. Thank you, sir. I must mention our deep sense of gratitude for Secretary of Sports, MYAS, Shri Ravi Mittalji. Sir, without your support, the event would not have been possible. Thank you, sir. My sincere thanks to President IOA, Shri Narendra Batraji, for his encouragement to create this facility for tracking injured athletes and monitor the progress. The concept evolved from Mission Olympic Cells meeting. I also thanks Rajiv Mehtaji, Secretary General IOA, also joined this program. Thank you, sir. On behalf of Athletes Injury Management Cell, I convey a deep regard to DG SAI, Sri Sandeep Pradhanji, for sharing his valuable thoughts and time for the concept and gracing this occasion. My sincere thanks to Dr. SKS Maria, sir, and dedicated team of eminent sports physician and surgeon with healthcare professionals who are currently engaged in renowned hospital and sports science center across the country for their constant encouragement, guidance, provide us a stimulating environment for this event. The doctors and other sports science staff will share the same vision for the athletes and the country to be at the top 10 in the coming Olympics 2028, as we all envisage for. The suggestion and further direction related to treat the sports injury within the timeline will definitely benefit the athlete. I extend my thanks to TOPS Division, all the members, in fact, from TOPS Division, and special thanks to Commander Rajgopalji for active involvement and support. Before I conclude, I convey my sincere thanks to all distinguished participants who have joined from distant places to attend this special event. Without your participation, this event would not have never reached to a desired destination. At the end, I would like to take this opportunity to thank those directly and indirectly supported us to make this occasion possible. I thank press, electronic media for their encouragement. I thank all. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, sir. With this, we've come to the end of this momentous event. Once again, I'd like to thank everyone who's joined us today and looking forward to your sustained support and engagement. Thank you.